Alright, here we go. Chat is gone on the screen. That sucks. Hey, stop it, stop it, stop it. Let's see. My Scottish accent is settled. I read that. Okay, Zoinks. Zoinks, I just fell in my bunghole. The French Swedish in me has yet to be offended by accents. Accents. I don't even know what I am, so I can't be offended. What the hell? Why can't I do a French accent? The French, oh, French man. Hungry. Humble girl, you know. Sacre bleu. You offended yet? I'm not gonna try to offend you, but like, whatever. Got me some Arizona green tea. Nice. I got me some coconut water. I don't even know what I am. I'm a Waluigi. I can't do that. I'm that bad type. Make your mama sad type. Make your girlfriend mad type. Might seduce your dad type. I'm the wah guy. Ah. Anyway, back to the game. So now, anyway, back to the matter at hand. What do you say? Are you back in the band? Well, maybe if I can find my old leather. Dude, we're getting the band back together. Yes, the defendant's antechamber. I love that word, antechamber. What on earth just happened in there? Mr. Naruhodo, I've managed to find out what happened. Miss Susato. I was told it was an advanced form of smoke grenade, a type of exploding device that releases smoke. Smoke grenade? It sounds like the sort of thing ninjas use. They're just making sure everything is safe now. I think the trial will start again before long. Yeah, I think that's what I'm doing, Dishnet. That is very much what I am doing. Or that's something. I don't know. It's not good. That's what it is. That's what I know. The police managed to catch someone who was trying to flee the courtroom, apparently. Flee the courtroom? Why? Well, it's a young girl of around 15, I hear. A young girl? Then could it be the other passenger that Mr. McGilda was just talking about? My thoughts exactly. So he wasn't lying. Oh, what's become of Mr. McGilda, actually? There's so many things I need to ask him about, but he's not here. I think he was summoned to the prosecutor's antechamber to answer questions, along with the young girl. Who is she, I wonder? What's she even doing here at the trial? Oh, don't be the dancer girl again. There's another matter that's troubling me. What's that? The 20 pence. Oh, it's not gonna be the Russian girl, but like, what if? That'd be so wild. According to the coachman, Mr. Beppo. He took 4 passengers that night at a fare of 5 pence each. That comes to a total of 20 pence exactly. But now it seems there were in fact 5 passengers, which means the figures don't seem to add up again. She's right. That is strange. I was thinking about that. Counsel for the defense, kindly proceed into the courtroom. The trial will commence in 5 minutes. It's a pretty good Scottish one. Oh, nice. Well, whoever she is, I imagine this young girl will be asked to take the stand and testify now. I really can't imagine what she's going to say, but it could alter the direction of the whole trial. We'll know soon enough, Mrs. Upper. Yes. '18th February, 100 p.m. 1 o'clock p.m. The Old Bailey Courtroom. Jesus Christ. Oh, look at you. There's the young girl. There's the young girl next to Mr. McGilda. Look. He must have been the one who caused the disturbance before. There's... Ay, 100 p.m. Well, after that rather eventful recess, the court will now resume the trial of Mr. Magnus McGilda. I love this song. How then, Lord Manzix? My lord? I believe you have established the cause of the smoke, which has veiled proceedings earlier. It seems to have been an advanced form of smoke grenade, the sort typically employed by the army. Madam Tuesday. Good gracious, the army, what in the devil's name? It was an elaborate attempt by a young girl to cloak her escape from the public gallery, but she was caught. And now occupies the stand. Your name, girl? Oh, Are you responsible for the smoke grenade which induced such pandemonium here in my courtroom? What is the meaning of this deplorable behavior? If I may, my lord. Yes, Mr. McGill. I think perhaps I ought to explain here why it is that this wee lass was here in the first place, and why she tried to bolt like that. It is all tied up with the events of that night, so it is. Very well, Mr. McGill did give your testimony. You will explain to the court exactly how this young woman is involved in the case. Just what did happen that night? It's not like a defense lawyer needs that information or anything. I know, right? Right, Ryu? My man over here. Looks familiar. Looks like someone, I don't know. On the night in question, I took the back seat in the omnibus and promptly nodded off. Then, begorra, a loud thud and a wee scream woke me up with a fair start. There was a fella collapsed on the floor at my feet. I sat him up on the seat across from me. Then I turned to find out where that scream come from, and bless my soul, what did I find? There was a child in there, all curled up in a ball, hiding her wee self away. He's throwing ninjas at me, Blue Coin. I remain somewhat baffled, I confess. From what I gather on the night in question, this young girl was indeed riding in the omnibus, is that correct? It's exactly as the defense counsel said. This lass was the 5th passenger, my lord. Allez, venez, my lord, vous asseoir à ma table. Il fait si froid dehors. Ici c'est confortable. Very well. The defense may now cross-examine the witness. Are you ready, counsel? Yes, my lord. Or rather, no. Never. I have no idea where to start. On the night. Hold it! And when you first got onto the omnibus, were there any other passengers already on board? There were not. The cabin was empty and there was no one on the roof deck either. You were the first passenger, as it were, I see. Aye, and that's why I took the backside as I did. Tis the most comfortable, so it is. Explain what you mean, exactly you mean by the back seat. By all means, tis already how you described it earlier. I'm talking about the seat opposite the one in which the poor gentleman who was stabbed was sitting. Like I said, tis the most comfortable where I feel most at ease. And of course, I enjoy gazing through the skylight from time to time as well. Then, okay. Hold it! The hardest thing is remembering not to do the voice when the text is green. I don't know. A loud thud, you say, and a scream? Hey, that's right. How can I explain it? It was like the sound of someone falling to the ground. That's our noise. So you think it was the sound of Mr. Mason falling to the floor having been stabbed? Well now, you'll remember I was asleep at the time, so I wouldn't like to say. When the sound woke me and I opened my eyes. There wasn't a soul to be seen in the carriage but the fellow on the floor. You didn't see anyone, but at the same moment you did hear a scream. Ah, from the seats above you on the roof deck, I presume. No, not above me, no, my lord. Just from inside the cabin. But I wasn't together thinking about the scream. No, I was too stunned by the disparate sight before my eyes. Whatever you thought of my Scottish accent has just gone out the window because I can't remember how I did it. Hold it! You sat him up, the victim, you mean? That I did. On the seat across from me, as I said, I could plainly see the poor devil was already gone. And you wouldn't leave a dead man just lying on the floor now, would you? It's common courtesy, so it is. I find that a little hard to believe. Ah, Lord Van Zieks, now why would that be? Why would that be? You wake to find a man lying dead at your feet in a carriage. Any normal person would hail the cabman. Any upstanding member of London society, that is. Well now, as you know, I'm in something of a special line of business. The business of lending money at exorbitant rates of interest. The only reason, by the way, I knew what they meant when they said Shylock is because I've read Merchant of Venice. Unfortunately, my lord, not everyone is thankful for the help I offer them, and some would even see me dead. I do try, where is it possible, to avoid getting myself in the tangle with trouble. Touch of Russian. Yeah, I noticed. If I sustain the Scottish accent for long enough, it will bleed into the other voices. Oh, should I be doing all of my other voices with a touch of Scottish as well? I don't know if that's going to happen, but I'll try. We'll see what happens. Are you suggesting that you were just going to leave the man there? If it's alive, no. I was always intended to report it, so it was. Only had a mind to find out the whys and wherefores first. The whys and wherefores? Doesn't wherefore also mean why? Okay. Right, Char. There were some details I wanted to understand before anyone else got to meddling. That wee scream I heard, for example. Wouldn't your good self to do just the same? Yeah, it's just like that. Gotcha. Then I turned to find out where. Hold it! I'm afraid I don't understand. I'm sure you told the court that there was no one else in the carriage except for yourself and the victim. So I did, sir. So I did. That to-do. As far as I could see, anyway. That is. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Well now, it's a queer thing. Me too! The wee scream I heard as I woke up. It came from, well, if you'll excuse the vulgar expression, under my backside. Good gracious, under your backside. And when I lifted the seat on which I'd been sitting, and there was a wee cubbyhole there for storage. Mr. Naruto, we can examine the omnibus ourselves, remember? Yes, of course. That whole bus was submitted as evidence. It would be a very good thing. Do it right now. I think I'll eat it now. Oh! Was this always here? Did I just skip that? I did, yes. That's blood, isn't it? Is something wrong? It's just, well, this blood stain's so obvious, that's all. And yet Danzig's made a mention of it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Spaghetti-o. It's the storage compartment, but there's nothing in here. Oh, this one doesn't have one. Interesting. What on earth? So wild. But yes, I did examine this beforehand, and that was not there, and I'm very confused. Is someone else dead? Oh, Blue, I have not. It's okay. You're speculating, I think, and, like, it's fine. I don't really... I don't really care. As long as you're not outwardly trying to spoil things for me, I don't mind if you speculate. Did I miss something in here? Is there more? Go back in. Yeah, that's true. I agree with Rosie on that. If you're gonna speculate, I don't mind you speculating at all, but just, you know, try to flag it as speculation. Wait, did I not do that before? I thought I examined everything. Maybe there's more. I'll go back in. Yeah, we don't need the whole song and dance, buddy. I just need to Oh, I wasn't... Me, I need to stop beating in my chest. Get really overactive. Still and all, I pulled her out from under there. And sat her on the seat opposite so I could have a wee chinwag with her. Seat opposite? That's right, just next to the dead gentleman there. Sat this young girl next to a corpse, sir? Well, as I'm sure I mentioned, a gentleman in my position can all too often find himself in mortal danger. So, I needed to find out just who this urchin was, you see. And while I was in the middle of talking with her, I heard another scream. Bella's voice this time. Presumably that scream was at first, who was staying on the roof to exceed. Right you out again, I would say so. Looking down through the skylight, he must have seen this young girl and gentleman with a knife in his belly. My lord. There was, as I think everyone understands now, sat at the back of the carriage, out of sight. Certainly plausible, I am. After that, of course. But scream from the gentleman over us. The driver realized something was wrong and pulled the horses. Thank you, I've heard enough. The events explained are clear in my mind, however. Who is this girl? Who is this girl? Oh, Jesus. Her name is Gina Lestrade? Lestrade? Her name is Gina Lestrade, my lord. She's a chancer. One that earns her crust among large crowds. Still even people with their purses. What's commonly called a pickpocket. What? This girl here? A petty thief? Jesus, we can't just have any upstanding member. His legs are so skinny. Oh my god. Order! Order! Is this true, Miss Lestrade? Miss Lestrade, you will answer the question. Get him. How dare you? What's the meaning of this? Ah, girl, she's gone. Open your eyes. I'm over here. Good gracious, how? What was the point in that little sidestep? I know what you lot are thinking. Grown-ups and grown-ups are all the same. This dirty little dipper, you say, slipped up and got caught in the job. He's got herself backed into a corner, so he knocked the jet. Go on, that's what's in your heads, isn't it? No, not at all. This is a court of law. We're here to determine the truth. How come I get the puke green? Look, knives are for cowards. Only thugs use weapons like that. All I need for what I do is these fingers. I'm a professional, alright? Maybe not in your eyes, but I got pride in what I do. Gotcha, thank you. Let me guess, you don't count smoke guns among weapons for thugs. Oh, this? Yeah, this was in a bag I lifted the other day. Down where they keep the four-wheel drags. It's nice, innit? I like the pink best. Ah, do not wave that thing in my direction again. He's gonna get shot by it and feel completely unfazed. So, you admit that you were riding the omnibus on the night in question? She's alright, lass. You can tell him the truth now. Alright, yeah. It's just like the Irishman said. The court accepts this girl, Miss Juno Lestrade, as a valid and significant witness in this case. Accordingly, young lady, we'll now hear your testimony if you please. Yeah, I guess McGilded is Irish. You know, like McDuck. No, McDuck is Scottish. What the hell? Alright, if I have to. So I was stuck inside the carriage before they looked up the orders, like always. It was a right old waste of time. I got nothing to show for my troubles that night. I tell you can't see a blind thing in that hiding place. It's pitch in there. And after a while, I heard this loud bang. Nearly jumped out my skin and the scream just came out. It's because the swell found me. It did help me get away, mind. Yes, he let you go. I failed to understand why you would let the street urchin go, Mr. McGilded. Well, 'tis simplicity itself, my lord. You see, she couldn't possibly have killed the other passenger. I know that for a fact. How? As I'm sure I said before, sir. I was sitting right on top of what? Oh, the place where she was hiding or something. I think a demonstration is called for. This is where I was sat that night, and the cubbyhole of which you have spoken is underneath the seat. I presume. They're conveniently not showing that bloodstain around. Yes, it does appear just large enough to accommodate someone of this girl's stature. Aye, but of course, then the wee lass was stuck in there, because I parked myself on the seat for the duration. This is where I watched my parents die, Parappa. This is where I watched my parents die, Parappa. I don't know how to do rap, like Parappa rap. So you see, that's why I let the last bolt. I knew if the police found her there, they'd automatically assume she'd done it. I couldn't live with myself if a young life was ruined when all the time I knew she was innocent. Even though you must have realized that your action would result in your own innocence being called into question. Not at all, my lord, not at all. I knew in my own heart that I was innocent. So I thought it was worth taking a punt on my own good name for the sake of this less fortunate lass. My goodness, what a perfect gentleman! My lord, this is a fine example of a man who cannot possibly be guilty of a heinous crime like this. I'm ashamed of myself for ever doubting you, sir. Well, hell yeah, dude. With calm, calculated reasoning, one arrives clearly at the truth every time. They're all unanimous. What, are we gonna... What happens now? What happens when they're all unanimous in favor of the innocent? Saints alive! All 6 members of the jury consensual and they're leaning to a verdict of not guilty. Mr. Naruto, this... Well, it must mean what? That we're victorious. We've won? Are you sure? Van Zeke's... Oh, the leg. Oh, look at you. Oh god, if only that desk could be me. If the sight of my iron-heeled Wellington offends, pray do forgive the discourtesy. This really is a consummate example of the one monumental flaw in British judicial practices. Where evidence and reasoning should be paramount, emotion rules the day. Emotion. The witness's last statement gives a clear insight into his true nature. What do you mean, his true nature? Do you really think Scotland Yard would have made such a glaring omission? After the incident, the omnibus was comprehensively searched by officers of the police. Obviously, the interior of this cubbyhole, as the witness put it, was included in the investigation. What? No hair or nothing? The compartment under the posterior seat was full of the coachman's belongings. It's noted in black and white here in the police report. Good lord. The evidence has been tampered with. In order to corroborate Mr. McGilded's story, someone has unlawfully removed everything from under the seat. What? No, Jesus. Order, order! How could such a devious contrivance have possibly been effective, counsel? Naturally, we must acknowledge the deficiencies of the constabulary in allowing this to have happened. However, I assure you, when the omnibus was wheeled into the courtroom this morning, the compartment under the seat was not empty. Well, my Nipponese friend. Me? 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 When the carriage was submitted as evidence, doubtless you would examine it in fine detail, as would any self-respecting of the law. Pray, what did you find the condition of the undersea compartment to be? Oh, to be sure. Oh, to be sure. This young gentleman will be able to clear this up in a jiffy. Sorry. Go ahead. You tell the court now, fella. Oh, this is all an elaborate excuse by the desperate Lord Van Zeeks. Well, counsel, do you have something to say on this matter? I'm supposed to answer. What can I say about... Truth is, I didn't look. Well, I did look, and it was empty, but... Well, I didn't look when it was... What? Sorry, I'm a failure. I didn't look. Perhaps I credited you with too much intelligence. It seems, my lord, that this Eastern initiate is as unreliable as wine from the barrel. Mr. Naruto. Well now, it would seem the argument is moot, and the truth of the matter is therefore used to still see after all. That the cubbyhole under the seat is as empty as the devil's heart, so it is. Why do I feel like something's not right here? I should like the jury. I should like the jury to weigh on this matter, I think. That compartment is designed to house equipment used to maintain the smooth running of the carriage. Guild's rules state the omnibuses should be properly and fully equipped at all times. The money-lending fleece and the pick purse line. Oh, great. Nah, it's fine. I'll deal with it. I can't believe I was nearly taken. He said take in. Take in. The stinking rich are always stinkers, nothing but cowards. A lot of them. A lot of them. It's a trick. Of course it's a trick. Bruh. What's out? I must concur here. With calm, calculated reasoning, one arrives clearly at the truth. Will you stop saying that? Yes, but every time a different truth, it seems. This is absolutely a bra moment. My lord, I humbly exhibit the scales of justice. Clearly, a verdict of not guilty at this time would be wholly inappropriate.
Thank you, counsel. But before we proceed any further, there's a matter of the outstanding cross-examination. Counsel for the defense, begin your questioning of the witness, please.
Yes, my lord. What just happened? The whole balance of this trial just shifted almost beyond recognition. The Reaper of the Bailey is at work, it would seem. Odd as always. Alright, that was a lot leading into a cross-examination.
Hold it!
So you're already in the omnibus before it even set off on its run. Well, yeah, I mean, what's the point of speculating, spending a joy, make a few bob, eh? Thorough idea, isn't it? Suppose she means there's no point in spending money to make money. It actually makes sense. Counsel. Counsel, may I remind you that this girl is a petty thief. Kindly refrain from entertaining her tenants. Well, that does clear up the little mystery of the fares and all. Four paying passengers at 5p apiece, making the 20 to which the cabmen testify, and one little scapegrace riding for free. You know what that's like, over you. The Fred conk of a driver always goes to some grub before his last run, see. That's when I slip into the carriage and get myself in under the seat. Nice and easy, right? But your hiding place is a storage compartment, full of equipment for the coach, no? Yeah, there's brushes and buckets and whatnot in there, sure. Always chuck all that out and cram it in the corner somewhere. There's no corners. No one ever seems to bother much. Yet, according to the report filed by the police officer who first arrived at the scene, the compartment was full of such paraphernalia. I don't know nothing about that. Like I said, I moved all that stuff out so I can hide under the seat. That's all I can tell you. Seems we've reached the end of that line of inquiry. Continue. Remember, I could do the voices. It was alright, all waste of time. I got nothing to show for my troubles that night.
Hold it!
A waste of time? Why is that? Well, most nights I'm on my own in the God Permit. At least some of the time. I beg your pardon, did you say God Permits? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, well that's what Michael can call it. You could say the omnibus, I suppose. The point is, any normal one, the carriage ain't got no one in for a while. And that's when you come out of your hiding place and get away? That's it. Only that night. This cove was sat on me with seat from the start. And he didn't budge the whole way, did he? Not 1 inch. I was totally stuck. You mean to tell us that you were present in the carriage for the duration? You wanted the seat the entire time while events unfolded in the enclosed cabin? Yeah. Right, mister? To be sure. I was as shocked as anyone. You don't expect to lift the cushion you've been sat on and find a child now, do you? So this Miss Lestrade couldn't possibly be the culprit then. I'll tell you, you can't see a blind thing in that hiding place. It's pitch in there.
Hold it!
So you couldn't see out into the cabinet wall. Not a jot. Most days I crushed and I pushed the cushion up with me and Ed out and look out the crack. Then I can have a butcher said who I'm gonna fiddle. Thought you were a pickpocket, not a butcher. I mean, I can have a look. The seat that I get under ain't as plush as the other one, see? But most of the time, passengers plant themselves opposite. But for some reason that night, this here Irishman did the whole journey right over me head. And for that reason, you weren't able to push the cushion up to peek out, I see. Truth is, I ain't too happy in small dark places. Feels too much like being thrown in the clink. That's the only place to hide in them carriages, so it's Upson's choice. Why doesn't she just stick to picking people's pockets in the open then? See, there's some reason she's not laying on, judging from her demeanor. So anyways, I was a bit scared, but I had to stick it out. To just stick it out under her, nothing else for it. Then after a while, when you say a loud bang, do you mean the noise of someone falling to the floor? Could have been, I suppose. I don't remember too well. Point is, it made me jump. And you let out a scream involuntarily. That's right. And then I felt the cushion over my head get lighter all of a sudden. Presumably when the defendant got up in order to help the victim, yes. Or not. It could equally have been the moment the accused stood in order to stab his victim, could it not? Well, girl, did you see what happened at that crucial moment? Yeah, I saw it. I pushed up the cushion and had a quick butcher's while I had the chance, didn't I? The Irishman was sitting up the block and falling on the floor on the opposite side. On the seat opposite. As nice Mr. Gilda's the kind of quick. But then the fella suddenly turns around and looks right at me. I sunk back down again, but it was too late by then. Should never have risked looking. It's because that... What, this...
Hold it!
Oh, Hope's playing town Salem. Some things never change. And when Mr. Gilda discovered you, he pulled you out from your hiding place? I was scared stiff, I was. He dragged me out and sat me down on the seat and all. Next to the victim, Mr. Mason? Yeah. The bloke had a knife in his guts. He was still bleeding. And the carriage lurched a bit and he ended up pulling on me. Ugh, how awful. Both my hands got covered in blood. Made me feel sick as a dog. Both our hands covered in blood. That must be what the rooftop passengers saw. After that, I believe you talked with Mr. McGill for a while. Is that correct? Yeah, asked me some stuff. Wanted to know my name and what I was up to and that. Then I heard something from up above. Someone screamed. Yes, Mr. First on the roof deck, someone presume. Well, I didn't want no one seeing me face, so I didn't look up. Then the horses were drawn up smartish, and this iteration says to me, get back onto the seat. I'll see that you can get away later. All 6 members of the jury had decided that the defendant was innocent. For one brief shining moment, yes. I believe they're all very... unsure. If we could just find some conclusive piece of evidence among this new testimony, I'm sure we would clinch the verdict we want. Yes, I think you're right, and I have this niggling feeling. Something's bothering me, and I just can't put my finger on it. Shit. Ryu, I also cannot put my finger on. See, what happened was it didn't switch between it. There was no frame in which it was not glowing, so I thought these two were the same thing. Song's a banger though, I have to admit. So where exactly would you put all this stuff? Oh man, that'll be fun dish.
Objection!
Nope, that's not it. Yeah, I wish it wouldn't give me the dialogue every time I wanted to go inside the omnibus. No, don't close it. Come on. Well, now I'm nervous because I only got 1 health left. Let me look at the rest of the evidence again. So let me just... Well, it's not my attorney's badge. What did she say here again?
Hold it!
I don't remember what she said here. No, don't do that. Alright, y'all. Did I miss a statement? Does anyone know? Did I forget to press something? I guess I could find that out myself, but like, I'm lazy. Yeah, let's see. Let's go through it again. Let me check the omnibus again. That's the door. I have no idea why it's called an omnibus. I've only ever heard omnibus used in government context. Yep. This is the same thing about the Crystal Tower again. Examine that for sure. I don't really see what I'm supposed to be like looking at. I don't think this has anything to do with it. Wait a minute. Ah, it couldn't be. Alright, y'all gonna need to help me out a little bit here. If you can. I'm officially asking for help on this statement. Or on this thing, because I have no idea what I'm supposed to do here. Let me press everything in the meantime. I don't think I skipped a statement. Is this one of those ones where you have to go back and press something again? Interesting.
Well, no.
Oh, here we go.
Excuse me.
That's a little annoying, but hey, it happens. I get it, right? But I don't feel like I learned any new information that signaled to me that I need to press this again. I'm just wondering, Miss Lestrade's comment made something occurred to you, perhaps? You seem to be thinking of something to yourself. Oh, no, it was nothing important. I was feeling bad for the poor lass is all. I remember feeling desperate myself as a young lad. Stood up in the dark. It was terrifying, so it was. I see, yes, I'm sure we can all sympathize. I'm so scared of the dark now. Aww. And I don't know about yourself, but I find that the darkness seems to make everything you hear seem that much louder as well. Yeah. I suppose it does. Maybe. Miss Lestrade. Did you hear something that night? Anything? An unusual noise, perhaps? Nah, not really. All I could hear was the Irishman snoring. Good jobbers. There's no need to tell the old world any foibles, you little scamp. What a pity. If only Miss Lestrade had heard something, it might have given us a vital new clue. What should we make of that last statement first? It's profoundly important, probably. My lord. My lord. I believe the statement just made by the witness is profoundly important. Profoundly important? But all she said was that she heard nothing. Yes, which is the profoundly important point. I'm almost sure of it.
I'm almost sure that I don't understand the inner workings of the Eastern Mind Council, nevertheless. Miss Gina Lestrade, you will supplement your formal testimony by repeating that last statement, please. What? Supplement? What are you on about? Don't give me all your fancy talk. I know what you're trying to do, but it won't work on me. That's right. Insult the judge. Always a good move.
Hold it!
Oh. Well, do I need to hear what was happening the entire time since the moment you hit yourself? Not exactly, no. Sorry? Well, there was no one in the cabin to start with. I could push the gap, pushing up and have a buttress to see what was what. But then I saw this swell getting on, and I got my head down so you didn't notice me. And Mr. McGill had sat on the seat under which you were hiding, correct? Yeah. Would you Adam and Eve it, eh? What a monk. And so then all I could do was listen. I was waiting to jump out of there as soon as I heard him leave, see? But would he? Not likely. Even though we stopped here and there, I never heard the door open. But just Adstape wouldn't listen to him driving his pigs to the market, snoring like an old dog he was. Miss Lestrade, what you have just told the court is clearly at odds with the facts. How? At odds? Are you sure, man? Absolutely. I don't see the resemblance. It seems my learned Nipponese friend is not as dull-witted as I feared. And Zeeks realized it too. Well, I sure as hell am not thinking. Counsel, I must insist that you bolster your claim with evidence, or some complicit party's name at the very least. Yes, my lord. I expect you to demonstrate this alleged contradiction to the court. When Miss Lestrade, whilst she was hiding in the omnibus that night, she heard nothing but the sound of Mr. McGilda's snoring. Think, Ryunosuke, think. There's something else you should have heard. Lady first screaming?
Take that!
That's not it. Thought I had it. It's a shame. Alright, we're dead. That will do. We'll finally get to see the guilty.
Guilty!
Guilty.
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 Well, at least, you know, I get to hear all these, so that's fine. Who cares? You win some, you lose some. I'm not good at Ace Attorney, you guys. Oh, look at that font. Guilty. Yeah. Yeah, hit me with that try again button. Retry from this scene. Oh, from all this again?
Hold it! Hold it!
Charmin is the best. Not sponsored.
Hold it! Hold it!
I don't know, maybe it's a little pricey. Oh my god, stop skipping the...
Hold it! Hold it! Well, now. Excuse me.
before we do this, let me see what she could have heard.
Hold it!
Maybe the carriage stopping? That could be it, I guess. Oh good, I get my health back.
Take that!
Nope, it's not that. Okay. God, this is making me think, man. Thinking about what I remember from the damn case. Would she have heard the murder? Yeah, but how would I present the... How would I present the blood? So she didn't hear... No, but she did hear, the dude falling. Did he not hear... Maybe he didn't hear Mason get in? Oh, maybe that's what it is. Maybe she didn't hear Mason get in.
Take that!
Oh, there you go. Rice fired Mason. Yes, my lord. The sound that Miss Lestrade cannot have failed to hear is that of the victim, Mr. Mason, boarding the omnibus. There it is. Okay. Took me a minute, but I got there. Because I forgot that McGilded was the first person on the omnibus.
Order, order! Explain your reasoning, counsel.
Miss Lestrade, allow me to confirm something. You claimed earlier that you were the first person on board the omnibus. Is that correct? Yeah, of course I was. I thought Onwell the driver was in the pub, didn't I? And the next person aboard the omnibus was Mr. McGilded. That it was. Not a soul in the cabin when I climbed aboard. At least not in plain sight. So you were, to all intents and purposes, alone in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus at the time. Did I not just say as much? I wasn't traveling with anyone else, so that's what you mean. Yeah, I saw him get on, remember? Through the crack under their seat cushion. He was on his own for sure. And from what we've heard, the carriage made a number of stops after that on its onward journey, during which time you did not hear the door opening or closing at all. Nah, I never heard it. That's exactly what I was listening for, weren't I? Waiting for this fella to leave. In which case, when and how did the victim end up in the carriage? Ah! We know that the victim collapsed inside the enclosed cabin of the omnibus. He fell from the top, didn't he? And McGilded put him in the seat where he wasn't supposed to be. Because he didn't realize what happened. Miss Lestrade's statement about what she did or did not hear is at odds with the facts.
Yes, this petty thief statement was clearly flawed.
Lord Van Zeeks.
Yes.
He knew. He knew all too well that there was an inconsistency in Miss Lestrade's statement.
Yeah. It would seem words of thanks are in order for my learned friend.
What are you talking about?
You have demonstrated matters. What? Impeccably. This witness and her colorful statements. Entirely unreliable. Her words are convenient untruths, nothing more.
Wow. Got me to discredit my own witness.
He's dead right. How could the victim possibly not put the diagnosis?
That makes no sense whatsoever.
This girl is a puppet. Let's not forget that.
Granny, no. Granny. She didn't even say anything. I didn't want to judge the dear little maid just because she has a rather not naughty ways, but I must say, I can't abide liars.
Neither can I.
Mr. Foreman, we're gonna have to do another summation, aren't we?
I cannot abide, huh?
Yes, but Robin, if the entire country was like that in 1900, it's impossible to be self-aware of it.
Well, your consideration for others is refreshing, my Nipponese friend. To the considerable troubles you have spared me.
Oh, he's actually drinking some.
Yes, very refreshing.
Oh wow, you look like you got shot there, dude. Ugh, what are you playing at? Have you forgotten who you're working for, you useless Eastern Adman? Amaton.
It's carnage. It's perfect.
Juror number 2 is the only one. She's gonna switch. Mr. Naruhodo, the way this is going, I know. Can't find some new way to convince everyone of Mr. McGild's innocence. Federal rule and will have lost. I very much wanted to believe the words of one of London's most respected gentlemen, but those of us in service know we must be— oh god, again?
Hold it!
I guess the witness's last statement seems to reveal a critical inconsistency in her story. However, if we consider the possibility that her statement is in fact the truth, it may shed an entirely new light on this whole case.
What are you saying?
Counsel, I'm sorry, sir? What do you mean? Counsel, I will not tolerate you attempting to prorogue my adjudication.
Explain yourself at once.
When the accused boarded the omnibus on the night in question, the victim was nowhere to be seen. Subsequently, the carriage door was not heard opening a single time, as testified by the witness in the stand. And yet the victim's body was found in the carriage.
If this petty thief's words are to be believed.
Screw the thing shut, dude. There you go. How do you explain the victim's miraculous appearance inside the cabin of the omnibus? There's only one way to explain how he was put there, after he died. Obviously, the victim must have been placed in the carriage after he was killed. Objection! Objection! Tell me, my learned friend. What was the function of that obviously in your last sentence? I know. Tell me, my learned friend, what was the function of that obviously in your last sentence? Obviously. Well said, Lord Van Zooks. This obviously is troubling me also. No, that's really not the point. The point is that the victim must have been moved into the carriage afterwards. Then answer me this. How could a cadaver have been placed inside a moving carriage? Well, obviously, oh, okay. I thought for sure. Okay, I thought it went on way too long. I thought it was like a real thing. I don't think there's another entrance.
Objection!
Okay, sure. Okay, apparently there's another entrance. Where on Earth? Is it the skylight? I thought it was the skylight, but I had the wrong train of thought. Okay, it's clearly this. There wasn't any... Enter the enclosed cabin some other way. Okay. I wondered what new fantasy would come up with in your blind panic. Behold, the omnibus is here for all to see. Only one side of the enclosed cabin is furnished with a door, the other only has windows. Fixed windows which cannot possibly open. In short, there's no entrance to the cabin other than the door. But there could be. There's one possibility you haven't considered. Oh, really? Yes. One other way that isn't the door. Another opening, the use of which allowed the victim to appear inside the enclosed cabin. Alright, Counsel. Can only really be the skylight, I think. If I'm way off base, then I'll take it. Thank you for the music stopping. The answer is obvious. It can only have been the skylight. I say the skylight.
Objection!
Your ludicrous proposal has almost has me lost for words. However, the skylight may well be large enough for someone to pass through.
Objection!
So you claim, but do you have a shred of evidence to support your addle-brained theory? Both Mr. McGilden and Miss Lestrade said the same in their earlier testimonies. They each claimed to have heard a loud thud, such as the noise made by someone falling to the floor. Yes, which has already been explained, as the sound of the victim falling from his seat, having been assaulted with the dagger. Yes, it has, but would a man slipping from his seat onto the floor really have made such a loud noise as the witness described? A noise loud enough to cause Miss Lestrade to let out an involuntary cry, in fact. Good gracious! Perhaps, in fact, that was the moment the victim made his entrance into the cabin. No, let me rephrase that. The victim didn't enter the cabin as such. He fell into it. You're now suggesting the victim fell from the skylight into the cabin. That's simply impossible. How can you be so sure? Because if the victim had fallen inside through the skylight, as you say, the passengers on the roof deck would have seen it happen. And yet, not one person made mention of such events in their testimony. Well, yes, that's true, but... Might humble fella, make a wee comment here. Mr. McGilden? To be sure now, the two fellas who were sat on the roof that testified before said nothing of the victim falling through the skylight, but it seems to me, my lord, that 'tis not so much a case of them not saying, but... It's a case of them being unable to say. I think perhaps the two fellas do be having some something of a compelling reason, not to mention what happened. Which is not okay. Fine, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Oh my goodness, surely not. Those two chaps on the roof? You mean the one that stuck the knife in the man? But the knife has your emblem on it. Just what exactly are you insinuating here, you blitherer? You rotter, he said, you rotter. What are you insinuating? He's so funny looking. This is a flaming outrage. I've got a good mind to give you a blinker in a minute. He'll give you a shine in a minute, he said, and so will I. Mr. Fairplay, you're effectively accusing me, a city gentleman and well-respected banker. Me, a very angry hatter. A mad hatter, even. They gave this dude that entire profession just so they could make that joke. Suggesting that someone like me could have stabbed that man in the guts. It's a disgrace. It's scandalous. It's I protest in the strongest possible terms. That's right, I protest too. About you, you rotten scoundrel. So many people on the stand right now, dude. Order. This is not the time, witnesses. I will not permit this wanton invasion of the stand. Return to the anteroom at once. But this is beyond reason, my lord. It's outrageous. It's very hurtful, you know. My lord, if I may comment. Go ahead, Lord Banzooks. It was the defense that incited this outburst from the witnesses. My learned friend has seen fit to abandon all protocol and accuse the witnesses without proof. Accuse? I never intended to. It seems, young Nipponies, that your command of the English tongue is wanting. Command of the English tongue. You proposed to this court that the victim fell through the skylight from the roof deck of the omnibus. That hypothesis cannot possibly stand without the rooftop passengers being aware of the events. Okay, so let me tell you, because you came in after I started the case. I, honest to God, I don't understand how it's going to happen, but for some reason I can't get it out of my head that this dude, the Lord Chief Justice, killed this dude, put us on the case knowing that we were an amateur and would lose the case, and then he'd get off scot-free. But that's just a theory, and one that I came up with at the very beginning of the stream. I don't know if it's correct, but it's my crackpot theory that I just can't get out of my mind. You have branded these gentlemen liars. You have intimated the criminal guilt. In our British courts of law, that is what is termed a baseless accusation. I know I was rash with this idea forth without any actual evidence, but you can't just dismiss it without a second thought. What are we wasting time for? Get them to testify. I thought there was something fishy about that hat from the moment I laid eyes on the fellow. We have to see this matter through now, one way or another. If there's filth and rubbish in our midst, we must dispose of it at once. Okay, Kirumi. Sub here. How you doing, Mark? Testify. How you doing, Mark? What's happening, Mr. Naruhodo? The spectators in the public gallery they're in a complete frenzy.
Mr. Fairplay and Mr. First.
My lord?
You will take the stand again and make another formal testimony.
No, well, thank you. My voice hurts, but you know.
In reference to the indictment brought forth by the defense.
Yes, my lord. I didn't come here for this. There's no time to think this through. Oh no, Rosie. All I can do is keep pushing forward, like that movie, Robots, or whatever. Keep moving forward, you know that one? We were the only two people up on that roof deck, dead or alive. But if anything had happened where we were sitting, don't you think one or the other of us would have noticed? In any case, neither of us know the first thing about the victim. We had no reason to kill the man. The skylight was shut the entire time, I tell you. We couldn't possibly have opened it.
If you're so sure the victim fell through the skylight, where's your proof?
Oh boy. Here we go.
I must say that on listening to this testimony, it is somewhat hard to imagine.
Hat boy. Him the Hat Man.
Either witness could have performed any malevolent act on this open rooftop deck without the other noticing forthwith. That's right, you see.
We're innocent, I tell you. Although logically, of course, the argument falls down if the two of you were in collusion with one another.
What?
Eh? According to the investigations by Scotland Yard,
The two witnesses share no common dealings.
ah, well, I don't trust coppers any more than I trust the stinking rich. Wow. You're a 3. Something doesn't feel right here. Trial is going in our favor, really. Why do I feel so uneasy? Counsel for the defense,
Over to you, your cross-examination, please.
oh yes, my lord. My lord indeed. What is happening? God, he's so... Not these two.
Hold it!
So in no time did the victim, Mr. Mason, climb up to join you on the roof deck.
Absolutely not.
Pickin'. What'd you call me? I know. He's a hatter, too. No question about it, he said. None at all. Oh, but yes, of course. I remember seeing them both. I saw the victim inside the enclosed cabin talking with this man here. Is this true, Mr. Gilden? Hear me, my lord. At the risk of repeating myself, I boarded the omnibus alone and nodded off inside almost immediately. What that ass, dude? That's an outright lie, without doubt you were engaged in. Let me stop you there, fella, and ask, do you have any evidence at all? Ah. It is all evidence in the courts these days, so it is. You do well to remember that. Damn, yeah. So this was the inspiration for the twerky in Utopia, I guess. Let me see something. This guy can't be more than like 25, right? Am I giving him the right voice? I don't even know. 21, okay, yeah. Oh my god. I saw you with my own eyes. This is going so well. Yeah.
Hold it!
That was only the first statement. Jesus Christ, we're gonna be here long. Oh, it was the final run of the omnibus. At past 10 o'clock in the evening. It would certainly have been quite dark, perhaps too dark to see clearly. Is this some kind of a lock? Is this some kind of a joke, he said? Is that what this is? Perhaps one of the other of you fell asleep briefly? Are you fair dinkum, sir? Are you serious, sir? That's what he said. It's impossible. I'm so tired of you. Lady first. That's his name. It's impossible, I tell you. Fucking British Germa over here, you know what I'm saying? Hashtag British Germa's dump truck arse. I'll give you the keys to that vault. If you could fall asleep in that bit of cold. Yep, it's ladies first. If you did manage it, your eyelids would freeze shut and you never open them again. That's extreme. It was extreme, I tell you, and we had to put up with it because this man had locked the door. He does really look like Germa. Oh my... Fuck. Any true gent would have unlocked it and let me in, but I'm not. I'm dreadfully sorry about that, young fella. You see, I was away with the fairies and I didn't hear you at all. That's a lie. I saw you through the glass. You were talking to someone. No, it was a cold night, so it was. People do seeing things that aren't real in the cold. It is hardly surprising. Seeing things. I believe we've reached an impasse here, particularly. Don't take it personally, now. Don't take it personally now, lad. I'm not a suspect in this case, then 'tis only fair that you and the other fiend are too. Open and free competition is what a capitalist society is all about. This isn't a competition I should like to be involved in, really.
Hold it!
So, you never had met Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason before. Oh, Flumma. No, not once. No, never. Never. He'd never met the man before, he said. Never. Why do you only repeat things? And you, Mr. First, had no prior dealings with the victim either? That's right, sir. Matters don't have much to do with brickmakers, to be perfectly honest, sir. You didn't like make his hat or something?
Oh, imagine not.
You see, how many different ways can I put this? Neither of us have the remote.
Well, no.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh. Okay. Pursue.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. Mr. McGill did. Yes, counsel. What can I be doing you for? For 10 guinea, I bet I would allow it. Did the witness's last statement give you pause for thought somehow? Why did I do? Oh god, I got the voices mixed. Not the remotest connection. Is that right now, I wonder? What are you insinuating now? There's too many people in this game. Ah, Mr. Fairplay, it has been too long, so it has. Huh? If I'm not very much mistaken, I believe 'tis past your approaching. 'Tis fast approaching, is it not? Your repayment date. I beg your pardon? You borrowed 20 guineas from me, sir. At an unconscionable rate of interest, you tricked me. It's extortion. Well now, is that a touch of begrudgery, is it? The sort of begrudgery that might motivate a fella to pass the crimes off on another. And young Mr. First. Me, sir? What do you want of me, sir? You do be making hats for a living, do you not? That there top hat be sliding about in your head, is that one of your own creations, is it? Oh, well, I'm still just an apprentice, you understand. I'm learning to find the perfect fit for whatever fine gent walks through the door. Perfect fit, is it? Well, it is a very distinctive design, so it is. Many customers like it, I tell you. They like a distinctive touch. Really? I mean, I can't get it out of my head either. Customers such as Thrice-Fired Mason. Ah! There was a photograph print of the victim submitted as evidence of war, my lord. Hmm? Oh, this you mean? I can't help thinking that the poor fellow's hat looks distinctly familiar, wouldn't you say? Oh. That's one of my hats. That's one of my hats. That it is. So it seemed the brickmaker was a customer of yours. The sort of customer, I wager, you could have had a wee quarrel with over the distinctiveness of the goods. Oh no, sir. Absolutely not, sir. Well, there's really nothing more to add. It wouldn't be right to say that the two fellas here haven't the remotest connection to the victim, you see. I rest my case. Stupidly. You little weasel. You little weasel. You little weasel. Ugh. Little weasel. He's better at this. Oh, I'm trying to get back to the British accent. I'm doing some switching accent. Gosh, Mr. McGill certainly has been thorough in his research, hasn't he? Please, don't let me little interruption. Hold up the proceedings. Was that not relevant? The skylight was shut the entire time, I tell you. We couldn't have possibly opened it. Look at me is a good name. You fucking donkey! Are you quite certain about that? That the skylight was shut the entire time? Where's the lamb sauce? I'm going to lose my block with you in a minute. He's going to lose his rag with you in a minute. That's what we said. Take a look for yourself. Go on. Where's the lamb sauce? You see? It's shut fast now, just like it was on the night. So it is, of course. A fellow the size of Mr. Mason could likely break through it. Oh, still and all. Just looking at the size of the thing, you understand? Now you hold on a minute, sir. The size of the thing means nothing. not on its own. Shall we reconsider the bigger picture here, shall we? So let's stop biting our cane, shall we? I was riding the omnibus on another location when, well, I broke wind loudly, you know, in the bathroom, in the washroom, and I shocked myself with it as it happens. Are you kidding me? Why are we talking about this?
This is an unexpected confession, Mr. First.
Oh, I just mean to say, well, the point is, I tried to open the skylight, you see. So now we know what that dump truck do, Mark. But just my luck. Couldn't make it budge. The stench was terrible. Everyone was looking daggers at me, sir. I went as red as Rogud. Rouge I did.
Are you expecting me to sentence you?
Oh, no, sir. But the point is, the skyline can't...
That ain't...
Wait a minute. Okay, girl.
Excuse me.
What's your name again? I already forget. Do you have something to say about that, Miss Lestrade? Oh, right. Gina Lestrade. Miss Lestrade. It opens. The skylight. This is what we're talking about, right? All them skylights open. Dead easy. More easily than you can load that weapon. It's a lie. It's a lie. I tell you. Otherwise, when I broke wind, You can't do it from inside your mug. Oh. Look, a few weeks ago, I was up on the roof deck of one of them drags. And I had a great hole. I had verses coming out my ears. Miss Lestrade, this is not the forum to be eulogizing on the subject of your criminal activities. Well, anyway, I had a bit of a scare. When I lifted the last bloke's purse, he got wise to me. All four of them surrounded me, so I couldn't hop off the bus and leg it. So what I did was, I used the skylight. Open the hatch. The catch. And jumped right through. What? Yeah, the catch for them skylights is on the top side. That's why you can't open them from the cabin. The skylight opens from the roof deck? Oh, I could have figured that out. You made a point that it doesn't open from the bottom.
Bailiff, climb up onto the roof of the omnibus at once and verify the witnesses' claims.
Bum, 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 bum. Oh my hat! See?
Order. So it appears that the street girl's statement is quite true.
I don't believe it. The skylight opens. And from the roof deck. Mr. Naruhodo, this could be the clue we've been looking for.
Well, counsel for the defense, please continue with the crossing.
I am shocked at how quiet Van Zeeks is being. Yes, my lord. So the skylight opens. Perhaps I should investigate for myself. Oh, here we go again. Go inside now that this has been opened. I'm tired of seeing this. Oh, the scene of a murder. Hey, I see you. What do you mean? Okay, over here then. Yes, it does open very wide, doesn't it? Wide enough to kick someone like you through, certainly, Mr. Naruhodo. Why someone like me? What is it? Look, just here, look at this. That's without question. It's blood. A blood stain in there. Surely, it can't be unrelated to the case, can it? Finally. Oh my god, I've been looking at this stupid omnibus for so long. Tired of it.
Objection!
Objection. On the night in question, the victim was fatally stabbed in the stomach. and immediately afterwards, the victim's body was pushed through the skylight into the cabin below. Those are the facts, and the irrefutable proof remains clearly visible in the omnibus that stands before us today in this very courtroom. What? That's utter humbug. Ugh, you can't possibly have any evidence. No, you can't. I mean, we didn't do it, I tell you. It's impossible. Counsel, my lord. I believe everyone here would appreciate a little clarification here. Well, it's a good thing I just did this.
Got it!
Got it. By Jupiter, is that blood? This bloodstain proves two things. Firstly, when the incident occurred, the skylight of the omnibus was open. What? You what, mate? And secondly, the victim was already bleeding when he fell through the opening. Oh my! And so it follows that Mr. McGilded, who was inside the enclosed cabin himself at the time, cannot possibly be guilty of this crime. No. No. Order. Hold it. Wow, you have a voice. What? Blood could have been sprayed up there. What? How? And only found its way to that one particular spot on the skylight. Sure, and that would be very convenient. And let's keep it in mind that the skylight catch can only be unfastened from the roof deck. I myself wouldn't have been able to open it now, would I? But. There's no way to know for certain, is there? If the gent really fell through the skylight, I mean. I like that his name is First, but he's not the first person. Like, literally all he does is repeat other people, so he's not the first to say anything. Why don't you have a good look at the floor of the cabin between the two seats, Mr. First? It's all too plain, you see. If you see. Here's the aftermath that shows the poor fella dropped from a fair height here. So it is. Well, what? No. But it can't be. It's all lies.
Hold it!
My fellow jury members. I think we can all agree that this is clear proof that the defendant's innocent, can't we? I believe we can, yes sir. It's clear to me now where the filthy rubbish can be found in this courtroom. So, they thought they could pull out the wool over my eyes, did they? You never talk. I won't tolerate any of the guild's characters being sullied with blood. I won't tolerate it. After you. Oh, I always knew that the nice gentleman who gave us that delightful paw couldn't have done such a thing. Okay, Grandma. On three then, everyone. 1, 2, 3.
Objection!
Oh, there you are. I was wondering when you were gonna wake up, dude. What, was it daytime for a little bit there? A chilling performance, Mr. McGilded. Oh, and what would you be referring to there now, Lord Van Zeeks? A bloodstain on the frame of the skylight. Such evidence is null and void. What? Why? For one extremely simple reason. That smear of blood never existed. What are you talking about? It's there for all to see. It's clearly blood.
Objection!
What? I personally attended Scotland Yard's investigation of the omnibus. The officers involved went over the carriage with a fine-tooth comb. So I can state with absolute surety, Shorty with you, no such smear of blood existed in the carriage, at least not until this trial began. But are you suggesting, Lord Van Zeeks, that the stain of blood was fabricated, my lord? Yes, and while this court has been in session. What? Heh, what a palaver. I must say I didn't expect such crude reasoning from a prosecutor of your standing, Lord Van Zeeks. I'm Magnus McGilded, a fellow known all over the capital for his fine contributions to public life. I don't take kindly to slander, and I'll fight to the bitter end. Even if it's rolling off the tongue of the Reaper of the Bailey. Mr. McGilded, I've realized that this is your first appearance in court as the accused. However, I am well aware of your involvement behind the scenes in a great many affairs of dubious nature. You're very adept when it comes to avoiding getting your own hands dirty. And each time it happens that a case you're involved in is investigated, you adapt the facts. Adapt the facts? What does that even mean? It means I need to take a drink like you, dude. God, he's hot. Oh my god, I love him. When you wield a fortune the size of Mr. McGilded, however ill-gotten it may be, nothing is impossible. Tampering with evidence, manipulating the scene of a crime, bribing witnesses. I toast your ability to concoct the most convenient of stories, sir. Tut, Lord Van Zeeks. This will not do, to be sure. Will it now, Counsel? Oh, no. I think it's fair to say that this all does sound like a rather far-fetched excuse by a desperate man. Blood on the skylight didn't exist, you say. But if you will all cast your minds back, is it not true the omnibus has been in the courtroom the entire time? How can anyone possibly put a smear of blood on it without the world and wife seeing? Oh, there was an opportunity. Don't do this. Isn't that right now, Cancel? Don't make me do this. It's true. The omnibus was my learned friend. Here's to hearing your opinion on this matter, in your own words. As you wish. Could someone have attempted... It could have been possible. As a defense lawyer, it's my job to advocate for the defendant as best as I can, but still, I feel as though there's something even more important at stake here. There is no evidence to suggest that the defendant did as my learned friend suggests. However, in terms of having the opportunity to carry out the alleged tampering, there is one possibility. Oh.
Good gracious. Explain yourself, Counsel.
Yeah, because that blood was not there on the floor when we investigated it the first time. Yes, there is. It seems my learned Nipponese friend has no intention of running from this deceit.
Deceit?
I'm sure everyone still remembers clearly the recess that we were forced to take as a result of the smoke grenade fired by the witness currently on the stand, Miss Gina Lestrade. Bang. What? No, I'm not ready. The courtroom was filled with smoke, and everyone was thrown into confusion. All of us were made to leave the chamber. In that brief interval, under the veil of smoke and in all the chaos, could have been possible to steal inside the omnibus. Are you wise? What are you trying to pull, you rotten feckless gouger? Feckless gouger? You're supposed to be defending me. It's a wicked plot. The plot to undermine me, so it is.
Objection!
Whatever you think it is, it changes nothing. The facts are the same. I'm doing my best, original madam. How are you doing? Welcome aboard. Hope you're having a wonderful night. After this courtroom was evacuated earlier as a result of the smoke grenade, a number of inconsistencies materialized in relation to the omnibus.
I'm new in town.
Oh, thank you so much for the follow. I very much appreciate that.
Inconsistencies such as...
To start with, the storage compartment under the rear passenger seat, underneath the rear passenger seat. When the police investigated the omnibus, this compartment was full of the driver's items. Secondly, we have the smear of blood on the edge of the skylight. As I have said, this was not present at the start of the trial this morning.
Unfortunately, Lord Manseeks, no one is able to corroborate your claims.
Well, I didn't check either of those things, but I know there was no bloodstain on the ground. When the omnibus was first wheeled out, both the storage compartment and the skylight were shut.
Accordingly, I'm afraid to say we cannot establish with any certainty if this evidence is the result of tampering or not.
Indeed, my lord. No doubt there was not a single person who saw fit to verify such things. What do you think? Sorry? Sorry? About the omnibus, is there anything else unusual about the omnibus? I have an inkling. My lord.
Yes, counsel.
There's one further inconsistency. A mark that surely could not have been present at the start of the trial. What in the devil's name are you going to say now? If you...
Objection!
Silence, McGilded. The court awaits the defense's clarification. Ugh. This trial keeps swinging one way and then the other. I have no idea what's the truth and what's deception. Yes, it was I. My machinations lay undetected for years, for I am a master of deception. I'm sorry if my accents aren't very good, by the way. I'm really doing my best. But I have no voice actor. Thank you. What am I supposed to believe here?
I shall have to ask you to elaborate, counsel.
You do Scottish ones in Dead by Daylight. I'm doing great. Oh, thank you, King. Thank you, King.
Where exactly?
Okay. Please let me... No, not that. Hello? You're covering it. Thank you.
Got it!
Well, that's the seal of approval. If we consider that the victim fell through the skylight onto the floor of the cabin, it's probably better than my Russian accent I did the other night. I'll probably throw in some Valley Girls later. I just don't think Gina's the type. Poor Smart. You would certainly expect to find signs of blood where he landed. I can't. It's all... I have no way of differentiating between the accents because I don't know enough. The bloodstain on the cabin floor was not there when the omnibus was first brought to the courtroom.
Good lord. Yes, I do believe you're correct, counsel.
Well said. Although, as advocate for the defense, one might say that was a very careless slip of the tongue. Essex, probably. Oh, Rosie, that might be the only answer that I can think of. Although, as advocate... I read that already. I believe that the bloodstain on the floor is a decisive piece of evidence. But if the question is whether that fabricated evidence is genuine, or whether it was unlawfully fabricated by someone, I feel compelled to admit that there's at least a possibility that the evidence is fake. This trial is over. Mr. McGilded? I've done everything I possibly can to cooperate with the court, but it's all over now. No. But you're the defendant. It's over, I tell you. Memory, recollection, what people think they saw. It's all a nonsense. But what counts. And the fact is, the bloodstain is there, now. Ah, well. And over the course of this desperate trial, long and extremely drawn out it has been, that good-for-nothing Reaper of the Bailey has failed to present any decisive evidence at all. I'm scandalized, so I thought better of Lord Van Zeeks. I thought better. Well, my lord, I must concur with the defendant. The unaffirmed recollections of an individual cannot stand as evidence. At this moment in time, the particular bloodstain in question is very much in existence, and in the absence of any credible method by which to prove its alleged previous non-existence, I regret to say that it would be improper for this trial to continue. Your lordship can't be serious.
Lord Van Zeeks, what is your position?
Prosecution, my lord. Yeah, really, I haven't either. But I'm in love with him, so you know, there's a little bias there. Even though I'm the defense attorney. Has no further witnesses or evidence to present. Very well. In that case, I believe we have scored every possible avenue in this manner, I shall proceed to my adjudication. As a formality, I'm of course obliged to confirm with the defense first. I'm working on it, Rosie. Oh, Rosie. As things stand at the moment, it would seem that Mr. McGilded will be found not guilty. Yes, which would mean we won. Is that really the right outcome here? Is it really alright for the trial to come to an end now, with all these unexplained inconsistencies?
Counsel for the defense, your closing statement, please.
Yes, my lord, the defense believes... Oh, please don't make this choice count. You know what this is? You know what this is? This is a good time for me to take an intermission, because I really need to use the bathroom again. So, I'll be right back. Give me, like, a minute or two, tops. I won't do a real intermission, but you're gonna have to wait, like, a couple minutes. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. What did I miss? What happened? Alright, well, okay, cool. Anyway, back to the game. So I think a bot and Veros. Oh, okay, gotcha. I was wondering because I didn't see anything. Cool. Nipples rain from the ceiling. Yeah, that'd be interesting. I think he's innocent. I really do. You know, I'm gonna think this is a case 2-4, and what I say doesn't matter. As Mr. McGilded's legal representative. I can't breathe. The air in here is stifling, but I'm this man's defense lawyer. There's only one thing I can say in this situation. I believe him. That's what a defense lawyer does. I believe the defendant, Magnus McGilded, to be innocent of the allegations brought against him. If Phoenix Wright taught me anything, it's that you gotta believe. Because I'm back in Encino. You gotta believe, and everything's alright. Thank you, counsel. I think someone set this whole thing up. Here's to you, my Nipponese friend, and the most abject closing I have yet to hear in a court of law. That's what I've been saying. He is so gorgeous. I've been thirsting over him this entire almost 5-hour stream. Even before he showed up, I just knew. Because I'd seen him before. I have not played Dead by Daylight. I've heard of it though. Oh, 'twas a grand decision. Oh god. Oh, 'twas a grand decision. Jim Poynton is my lawyer. So it was a grand decision. I don't know how to say grand with a Scottish accent. Felix? Cool. I'll take a look. Grand. Oh, whatever. You saved one of London's most influential gentlemen, fella. You should be proud of yourself. Here, have this for your troubles. Ah, your job here is done, fella. And some fine work you've done, so you have. What do you mean? It's just as the right honourable gentleman so succinctly put it before. This trial can't go on anymore. And your closing statement here, there was, how did he put it now? Nothing more than a formality. What's going on, Wario? Come on, he do kind of look like Wario, actually. You got the nose for it and everything.
I really don't know what to make of all this. Was the evidence we've seen genuine, or was it fake?
His lordship would be fuming. Any unsightly rubbish should be disposed of promptly, as I said.
The stinking rich are always guilty of something. Always guilty of something. Mark my words.
I feel terribly ashamed that I ever doubted that lovely man who gives the lovely park.
Now that proceedings have unfolded in this way, I am compelled to declare a premature end to this trial. Furthermore, the court must accept the defendant's plea.
I thank you kindly, my lord.
I hereby pronounce the verdict of this court.
But we still haven't determined if the bloodstain in the omnibus is genuine or not. We don't know if these witnesses are telling the truth or a pack of lies. We have no idea about the truth.
Lord Van Zeeks.
My lord? The case made by the prosecution was flawed, plain and simple. Oh, I appreciate that. Happy to have you, or original madam. Happy to have you.
Well, plain and simple. If indeed the omnibus presented as evidence was tampered with, the prosecution is at fault for allowing such a disgraceful perversion of justice to take place. My sincerest apologies, my lord.
Objection.
But wait. When we were evacuated from this courtroom, Lord Van Zeeks ordered the evidence to be secured.
I'm afraid the prosecution cannot shun responsibility in this manner.
That's so unfair.
The culpability of the defendant has not, at the present time, been established by this court. Consequently, the jury will not be required to proffer judgment. What?
What song is this? Is this like the corner? Does this king do drag? Not personally, no. I appreciate drag though. I do. Well, Lord Van Zeeks, it's been a pleasure, so it has. As for you, my dear fella, I couldn't have asked for a better defense.
You mean to tell me? Not a waste of time.
You know, I've never actually seen an episode of Drag Race, but I kind of want to. This is the law of the land, my good man. if you'd like to pursue this matter further. This feels like the announce the truth theme. Is this actually... You can always go ahead and try to change the law. Magnus McGilded. Good grief, you have more to say to me, have you? Just one thing. A warning. This is far from over. Well, something to be looking forward to then. I hereby pronounce the defendant Mr. Magnus McGilded. Really? This isn't the end of the case. It's gonna go into like a day 2, isn't it? I don't like this. Something's wrong. We don't know enough. Can't believe it. This is an outrage. They should have examined the evidence for me. What are you talking about? The man's been clear. He's innocent. At the courtroom in pandemonium for the second time that day, the judge delivered his verdict, and my first ever trial in Great Britain came to an abrupt end. The defendant being found not guilty. Ostensibly a victory for us. This is so wild. That certainly was a long trial. Yes, it was. Your first ever trial on foreign soil and your first victory. It was a wonderful performance. My heartfelt congratulations. You don't seem very happy about it. And to you, Mrs. Zato. Thank you for your assistance. I suppose we should be happy. The trouble is, we're still completely in the dark about what actually happened. Well, we didn't have enough time. Yeah, this is wild. This is like some case 5 shit right here. They're throwing this out of the gate now? But isn't it wrong? I mean, who was actually responsible for Mr. Mason's death? We don't even know that. The sole aim of the defense is to obtain a verdict that exonerates the defendant. You carried out your duty to perfection. Aye, that you did, lad. Mr. McGilded. And that girl is with him too. Well, it seems like the stories are true. Oh, what stories? The 6 enormous fireworks they do be letting off when there's a verdict and not guilty. They actually acknowledged it. I'm sure you must have seen them now. Spectacular, wouldn't you say? Yes, definitely. I'd heard it was a sight to behold, and to be sure it was. And I've you to thank, I suppose, for having an opportunity to see it. I don't know about that. I'm not really sure I did anything. What on earth are you saying, fella? Oh, did I walk out of there a free man then? I don't think it was much thanks to me as down to your planning. You're a straight-talking fella, aren't you? I must say, you had me astray in the head there once or twice. But you're young and headstrong. Tis water under the bridge. Congratulations, Mr. McGilded, on having your name cleared. But nothing's resolved. There's only one thing that matters to me. Oh? They've all seen that I didn't do that odious and abstinent deed. It's grand, is it not? I suppose it is. Now the fine fellas of Scotland Yard can take matters in hand and sort out any wee details. They'll see it for what it is. They'll get to the truth. I have absolute faith in them, so I have. After all, I do be providing a good number of the wages with all the taxes I pay. Oh lord, that's funny. So then, as we agreed beforehand, 1,000 guineas for your troubles, fella. Oh no, I can possibly say. Alright, bewit. You're humble people, aren't you? From the east. You from the east. Well, if you why would you? Oh my god. But have this still and all. You deserve a reward. Why would you do that? Mr. Magnus McGilded. Everything's ready, sir. If you'd like to follow me into the courtroom. Into the courtroom? What's this, officer? Tis sooner than I was led to believe. It's not inconvenient, sir. There was some changes to the schedule. Well, I must be making tracks now. It's time for the inspection. Sorry, what inspection? They're going to examine the omnibus again, so I'm told. Asked if I could be present for it myself. They're going to examine it again? Now? Naturally, I'm under no obligation to take part in any more of this matter now. But as an upstanding member of London society, I do be doing my best to help whatever I can. It is a gentleman's duty, so it is. So then, fare thee well. It was an absolute pleasure meeting you. Hope you have a whale of your time while you're studying here in Great Britain. Distrust. I believe them, but distrust. Oh, forgot you was here too. Don't move. Whereas I want to say, get a move on. She really does take forever to load that thing. Miss Lestrade, would you mind putting that thing down? You're a grown-up. Sorry, I ate old grown-ups. Ah, there you are. Ah, there you are. Oh, it's you. I know you. I've seen you in pictures. Naughty, naughty, running off like that. Is this some kind of picnic? Who's this little girl now? I'm taking that with you as well. I was looking forward to the trial run of my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Ah. Oh, do you want to play? You won't beat me. Excuse me, but who are you? My name's Iris Wilson. Oh, good day to you. I'm the inventor, I suppose, of that machine. Inventor? Well, normal smoke grenades are so dull, don't you agree? White, more white. If you have to be shrouded in smoke, it could at least be a pretty color, I thought to myself. Do we have to be shrouded in smoke, though, at all? I just took my eyes off it for a moment, while I was changing into a different omnibus, and she pinched it. Luckily, I fitted it with a telegraphic beacon. Hello, what's it, what? I have no idea what this girl's talking about. Anyway, you're coming with me now, back to the laboratory. What for? To apologize, of course, silly, to my technician. What? You mean to say sorry? You must say sorry. You must say sorry when you've done something wrong. Surely an adult has told you that before. An adult? I don't listen to no adults. The two indistinguishable voices are going on the screen right now. Come along then, follow me. Fine, have it your way. Oh good, you see, I knew you'd want to do the right thing in the end. I'm fairly sure what she wants is to not get shot by that massive gun of yours. We'll be leaving now then. Bye-bye. I'm so sorry for all the fuss. So sorry for all the fuss. Oh god, I have to figure out a voice for her. I knew who that was, but like, I think I did. She was a lively one. You guys get any weirder? Well, do you think perhaps we ought to be on our way too? Yes, you're right, but where to? The Supreme Court? Or, to the Grand Lord. What's his name? Hard Strong? I already forget his name. Pretty hot though. Strongheart. Lord Chief Justice. All our traveling cases are still with the bailiff. I was really planning to spend today in search of lodgings, but at this late hour of the day, I'm afraid we might be a lot of luck. Don't worry though, I have a plan. You're gonna go. Oh Lord, Suzette. Please tell me not thinking of a Gilded Park. I know it may be a little chilly this time of year, but our youthfulness will see us through. I am not so sure about that. I think a midwinter London night will freeze a young person solid just as easily as an elderly one. Oh dear, that doesn't sound agreeable. Now I'm starting to regret turning Mr. Maylda down. You think? At 1,000 guineas would have paid for a lovely warm room. Or mansion. Why would you turn him down? And so, the trial to determine my worthiness for the study tour was over by the end of our first day in London. However, as we were soon to learn, there were more trying times ahead. Just as the Reaper of the Bailey had warned, the case was far from over.
What's going on? Get the fire brigade! Water! Bring water, quick! What the? How did this happen?
What the hell?
I don't know, sir. By the time I got here, it was already engulfed.
What the hell?
No one was supposed to be allowed in here before we started investigating.
Are we gonna see Herlock again? I hope we see Herlock.
No. Oh, good God. There's someone in there. Oh. Oh. This can't be.
They're really just not gonna give Van Zeeks any voiced lines right now. Are you kidding me? It's Black Quill all over again. We didn't get a single voiced anime cutscene line in any of the games. Oh, it's over. Oh, shit. What? I wanted more. I wanted to play more. God damn it. You can't do that to me. This isn't right. I'm calling the Scotland Yard. What do you mean? Oh, that was great. That was great. But like, oh, that's not a fire. Oh, everyone's okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. That ain't right. Now I gotta wait till next freaking week. And I know I shouldn't go on anymore because my voice is gonna hate me for it. Ugh. What a pain. I don't know. Don't ask me. Well, I guess we should find a raid target, huh? But first I gotta give my little end of stream spiel, so stick with me. For just a second. Alright, so thank you all for coming out tonight. This has been really fun. I love this game. Oh my god, it's so nice to play an Ace Attorney game blind. In case I haven't said it a million times already, we do this every Friday at around 7:30 unless I cancel, which you will find out about on Twitter or on the Discord. So let me do Twitter. Come on, Nightbot. Wake up. I guess I don't have a command for that, huh? Well, either way, my Twitter's /Twilight King 32. And you can also join the Discord, which I think that command is working. Rosie, how did I type it faster? I assume you copied it. And Discord be like, I don't have that one either? What the hell? Nightbot. Oh, I got this. Oh, blind works, because of course it does. That's the Discord, you know, all that stuff. I was gonna say. Yeah, so that stuff, we'll do this every Friday. There will be kind of a stream tomorrow night, but not on my channel. So that'll be fun. More information forthcoming tomorrow night around like 9 or so. I think 9:30. It'll be fun. If you're not in the Discord or following me on Twitter, might not know about it. So do that. Yeah, so I'm not sure what else to say. We gotta find ourselves a raid target, and I already know what raid message we're going with because it's just so freaking good. British Germa's dump truck. Big dump truck arse. So we're gonna raid with that because you know, it's funny, it's stupid, and I'm both of those things, so. Alright, and let me go find a raid target real quick, and we'll do that. Back to Twitch, yeah. Oh wait, I have the following page bookmark. Why didn't I just use that? So much easier than going on the front page. Yeah, everyone, I hope you have a great night. Oh, now I haven't dropped a single frame, despite the fact that my connection is yellow. That's nice. Come on, Twitch. Twitch. Yeah. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, let's do let's raid meds. I raided Mayo last night, so that's why I'm not raiding Mayo again tonight. Shut up, Mark. Don't make me revoke your king privileges. You ain't hearing nothing. Hey, Buddha meds. Let's wait for the ad to. Hello, ad, please. Load. Ending a stream is always so awkward. Anyway. Yeah, so that's it for now. I appreciate all of you for coming out. It's been a lot of fun. You know, I will see you here next week. Definitely you'll see me here, but tomorrow I'll be doing something else, so that'll be fun. And yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do for side projects, so I always try to run a side project along with this game, and I just beat Punch-Out in one stream, which I wasn't expecting to do, so I gotta find something else. So we'll figure it out. Just stay tuned. Love you all very much, and have a great rest of your night. Now let's go raid meds. Again, the raid message is just copy that and paste it in Meds' chat when we get there. See ya. Bye. Oh, what's that?
Population, women, population died.